like dogs, second-class citizens. We went to war for this nation. We went in the Second World War. We brought German prisoners back home. They rode in the front of the train, we rode in the back. They went into the front of the restaurant and the hotel. We had to go around the back and get a sandwich. And we want to say to white brothers and sisters, this ain't about no personal animus towards you, because we love, if anybody got to prove they don't love white folks, it's Negroes. Black people love some white folks, so don't worry about that. The question is it the truth that in this country, when white brothers and sisters are asked to talk about their privilege, all of a sudden, all this talk about, this yammer, be responsible for what you did. All right, cool. You told us that all the time. You Negroes, raise yourself up by your bootstraps. What we telling America, same thing. What did Martin Luther King Jr. say the night before he died? America, all we ask you is be true to what you said on paper. And America doesn't want to be responsible for what it did. It doesn't want to be responsible for creating resegregation of black and Latino kids in schools. It doesn't want to talk about the way in which it has mistreated poor white people along with poor black people. It doesn't want to deal with the fact that right now in New York City, a black man with no criminal record won't have as good a chance, this is according to a sociological study by Diva Pager at Princeton University, a black man without a record can't get a job as quick as a white guy with a criminal record. I'm telling you, that's not just individual prejudice, that's systemic oppression. So when the governor of Georgia says, I'm not going to issue apology lists, all you telling me, not only are you insulting my grandma, you insulting me. Because what you're saying is that the disrespect that I treated your parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents with is not something for which I'm responsible. Now, individually, Perdue may not be responsible, but as the face of the government, he represents an institution that hurt and harmed us. The individual priests who part of the Catholic Church now ain't done nothing. Hey, we ain't done nothing. But they understand. But the dude that was running it in our name messed somebody over 30 years ago. The priest that was representing the church was wrong. The Pope now has to deal with what happened 50 years ago. So I'm telling you, the Pope, the governor, the Pope of Georgia has to deal with what his priests, the politicians, did 50 years ago, 30 years ago. You used to rape a woman without legal compunction or moral redress in America. 35 years ago, a black woman, the unrapeability of black women was the norm. So all I'm telling you is that this stuff not only happened in a way that he's responsible for, the very notion that you tell me I disregard you and disrespect you so much I won't even apologize to you, shows me that there's a persistence of racial bigotry as well as systematic white supremacist viewpoints that need to be addressed. But now, the moment you say white supremacy, a lot of white brothers and sisters get a little nervous when we say, we're not talking about individual, we're talking about institutional. We're not just talking about Michael Richards, we're talking about the structures of the nation.
In Georgia, there is a bill now to make April Confederate History and Heritage Month.
Ain't that the rest of the year? I mean, other than Black History? I mean, look, you look at buildings down here. Look at this. So here it is that they're trying to make it. See, this is a straw argument. You're trying to make an equivalent, a functional and moral and political equivalent between the assertion of people's rights to exist free of the contamination of white supremacy with the ability to raise up a flag which was nothing but the symbol of the desire of this nation to not be part of the nation. Isn't that interesting? A Confederate flag was secessionists, the people who seceded from the nation.
That's right.
Black people ain't never seceded. Now, we ain't never succeeded either, so don't get it twisted. So